Welcome back, everyone. It's Charlie. Marvel just had New York Comic-Con panels for Avengers Doomsday, a bunch of their upcoming TV shows, revealing some big characters and details, so we'll break it all down. There's a lot to talk about. I've gotten a lot of Ghost Rider questions. Simu Liu also revealed a couple big details that help explain how all the different teams are splitting up, especially with the X-Men characters. There was also a lot of footage that Marvel showed off that has leaked online since then, some of it leaked by some of the actors themselves, so I'll try to do videos for all that stuff too. I've already done a couple of them, so I'll post links for that down in the description below. The first big thing, though, is Ghost Rider. I've been getting questions about him since Avengers Endgame, and Kevin Feige canceled that Ghost Rider TV show that the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. people were in the middle of making, like they were about to roll cameras day one on set. Gabriel Luna was like, oh yeah, we had all the scripts, we were ready to go, I had the costumes, we were going, and Kevin Feige pulled the plug on it right as it was about to start. You also might remember that Ryan Reynolds said that he had a lot of legal problems trying to include Ghost Rider during Deadpool and Wolverine, so I'll try to address that during the video too, because there have been some things that have prevented Kevin Feige from actually putting Ghost Rider in stuff before this. Years later, through Marvel Phase 4, Marvel Phase 5, there were several attempts to do versions of Ghost Rider, but no Ghost Rider until now, It was just revealed that Ghost Rider is supposed to cameo in Avengers Doomsday, so finally, Ghost Rider in the MCU movies proper. Technically, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was still canon to the MCU when they did Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider in Season 4. They hadn't split off to like a different timeline and then alternate universes in later seasons. They went further from the MCU the longer that show went on. But I believe the version of Ghost Rider in Avengers Doomsday will be the Johnny Blaze version, and he will be from another universe. And apparently it's only a cameo scene. It's not a main role in the way the classic X-Men are a major part in the majority of the movie. That's why they were part of Chairwatch, because they're like big characters. Originally, Marvel had a totally different plan for larger supernatural characters in the movies and the TV shows. Moon Knight, the Blade movie that they were going to do a long time ago, there were several different versions of it. I've already done a couple of videos about that. Kit Harington's Black Knight, Werewolf by Night, Man-Thing, Doctor Strange, all that stuff was meant to culminate in a Midnight Suns TV show on Disney+. Ghost Rider was also supposed to be part of that, but that was back in Marvel Phase 4, Marvel Phase 5, before they pulled way back on their budgets and the amount of TV shows they were releasing.
How big and wide?
Now what they've done is pivoted back to Daredevil, the Netflix characters, ground level characters, and started bringing all of them back. There's a longer conversation we can get into during a different video, but Marvel's whole strategy for the TV shows is vastly different now. Like, bring all the Defenders back is their new strategy, basically. Mostly because it's way cheaper to do the special effects for their powers, and it's easier to silo them off in the TV universe with a little bit of movie crossover without you having to watch all those TV shows to understand what's happening in the larger movies. Basically, Marvel going back to the way the TV shows and the movies used to work together back in the 2010s, like back in the old days. Really good example of this new strategy in practice is The Punisher during Spider-Man Brand New Day. Daredevil also probably going to have a small cameo scene during Spider-Man Brand New Day, but you will not have to watch Daredevil Born Again Season 1 or Season 2 or The Punisher special presentation to understand what is going on with The Punisher during Spider-Man Brand New Day. And it's going to be the same thing with Ghost Rider in Avengers Doomsday. It will work for people who have not seen the Nicolas Cage Ghost Rider movies or don't really understand how the Ghost Rider character works. But for people who know, they'll know. Like, it'll be a huge deep cut. What's happening after Secret Wars, though? Marvel will cast a new main version of Ghost Rider for the MCU, and this is also why they introduced the Mephisto character during the Ironheart series, so that they can lay track work for MCU Ghost Rider in Marvel Phase 7 and going forward after that. There are a couple big reasons why they couldn't do Ghost Rider during Marvel Phase 4, Marvel Phase 5, even though Kevin Feige sounded like he wanted to at different points. Mostly because of lawyers and money, and when I say money, I mean budgets. Ryan Reynolds revealed some of these details when they were making Deadpool and Wolverine. He actually said after the fact they tried to do Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider during Deadpool and Wolverine just a little while ago, remember? Based on what Ryan Reynolds said when they were actually making Deadpool and Wolverine and having the conversations about which characters they'd be allowed to legally put in the movie, it just became too much trouble for Ghost Rider. So this is also the reason why you didn't see Ghost Rider in other big movies like, say, Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness or other TV shows. Also because of budgets, anytime you do Ghost Rider, he's a special effect. They made fun of this during the She-Hulk series. Could you please go back down into human form because it's very expensive to be in Hulk form. Also, the reason why you don't see Mark Ruffalo's Hulk in Hulk form walking around all the TV shows during Marvel Phase 4, Marvel Phase 5 all the time, like just a little bit during the She-Hulk series. But you know what it is way cheaper to do characters like Daredevil, the Netflix characters who don't need to have like fully activated special effects powers every single time they're walking around on frame. You can just have them walking around looking like normal people. We literally just got the Daredevil Born Again Season 2 trailer. I did a video for that a couple days ago. Jessica Jones appears in it for the first time in the MCU since they brought all the characters back. During the footage, you actually see her using her powers, just wrecking Fisk's anti-vigilante task force people, her super strength. You don't need a ton of special effects to actually pull that off. But it is way easier to bury the cost of doing a character like Ghost Rider in a big movie like Avengers Doomsday with a massive budget, and you'll need him on screen for a little while for a cameo scene.
Billions with a B.
But by the time we get to Marvel Phase 7, after the reboot, they want to use the character way more. The cost of producing Ghost Rider effects will have come down with the technology advancing, and also you'll probably see him walking around in human form most of the time if it's on a TV show. Literally using the same tricks that they used for Gabriel Luna's Ghost Rider during Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with Robbie Reyes, mostly walking around in human form with a little bit of him in Ghost Rider form. But this is also why they just introduced the Mephisto character during the Ironheart episodes. Mephisto was originally the one who bonded the spirit of vengeance to Johnny Blaze and all the other writers who became or were at one point the spirit of vengeance. Like a Frank Castle Punisher Ghost Rider in the distant future, that was part of a bargain that he made with Mephisto at some point in the future. His appearance on Ironheart was mostly just a teaser to show his methods for taking over the MCU universe by basically bargaining with people claiming their souls, so he's slowly taking over the MCU one bargain at a time. But he rules over the Hell dimension. In the MCU, Hell is just another dimension, the way that Moon Knight explains the afterlife. When you die, your consciousness goes to another dimension based on your belief system, or if you have a contract with a cosmic being like Mephisto. Mark Spector is a great example of this. He didn't worship the Egyptian gods, but when he formed a contract with Khonshu to become his next avatar, it meant when he died, he go to the Duat, their alternate dimension that they control. It is the exact same concept for Mephisto, works the exact same way. He makes bargains with people like the Hood, Riri Williams now. When they die, their consciousness, souls, in effect, just go to his Hell dimension where he has total control over them. Also, as part of that, while the people are still on Earth, their continued exposure to his power through their bargains, like Mephisto grants them a portion of his power, slowly turns them into demons. Once they become full demon, he also has total control over them. Which is also another teaser for Ghost Rider, who isn't a demon, but works in a similar type of way. Mephisto bonds parts of the souls of demons that he controls with human hosts to create new Ghost Riders over the ages. The demon Mephisto bonded with Johnny Blaze was Zarathos, a demon that he had a rivalry with, then enslaved. So when he made that version of Ghost Rider, he was taking advantage of Johnny Blaze to claim another soul, like, another one for the pile, but also getting revenge on a rival demon when he created his version of Ghost Rider. So he's sort of trapping Zarathos inside Johnny Blaze. So part of the idea is that it was a two birds, one stone kind of situation. So part of the idea, though, is that MCU Ghost Rider in Marvel Phase 7 is going to be a completely different thing from Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. That's mostly about older Ghost Rider cameo vibes in the way that they're bringing back everybody from the older movies for multiverse tropes.
Whatever it takes. No fears, no regrets.
Marvel Phase 7 Ghost Rider will be someone else from inside the MCU and will stay inside the MCU. Simu Liu also did a separate Avengers Doomsday panel during New York Comic Con. During it, he also revealed that he had scenes with the X-Men. He specifically mentioned both Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart for Magneto Professor X stuff. Their universe is supposed to be the one that Monica Rambeau got stuck in at the end of the Marvels movie. Professor X in the X-Mansion with the X-Men upstate New York just like normal. We saw that in the post-credit scene. I believe Magneto is supposed to be living on a version of Genosha in that world with the Brotherhood of Mutants in a House of M type of scenario, but not full House of M. Like he'll have a royal family, there'll be like a Scarlet Witch variant on that world, a version of Quicksilver on that world, maybe Polaris. I don't know if Polaris is going to be in the movie. But it sounds like Doctor Doom shows up in their universe, there's a ton of fighting, and eventually the MCU heroes and other characters arrive in their universe. Simu Liu saying that he has scenes with them implies that Shang-Chi is on that team. Based on reports, the Fantastic Four are using their ship initially to try and get Franklin Richards back from Doctor Doom. The Fantastic Four post-credit scene is supposed to set up that idea that he either takes Franklin or Franklin goes with him willingly. That might be the twist, that he goes with him willingly. Notice that during that movie, we saw the Fantastic Four use their ship, an especially designed engine, to open wormholes, enabling them to travel faster than light across their universe. My theory for how they wound up in the MCU during the Thunderbolts post-credit scene is that Reed Richards just figures out a way to modify his engine to open wormholes across universes. It's just the easiest way to accomplish that story goal. We literally saw behind the scenes Avengers Doomsday scene with the Fantastic Four and the MCU heroes on their ship, so it sounds like they're using their ship to travel back and forth across universes looking for Franklin Richards chasing Doctor Doom. We don't see every single person that's on this team in this scene here. Like, Simu Liu sounds like he's also on this team with these characters, but like, you don't see the other Fantastic Four characters besides Ben Grimm. Here's the thing though, Alan Cumming, who plays Nightcrawler, or is coming back as Nightcrawler from the classic X-Men movies, said that he has a fight scene with Reed Richards, meaning that Reed Richards is also probably on this team when they first go to that universe and they fight, and then they figure out that they're on the same team, basically. So what they might be doing is just splitting the Fantastic Four into two different teams with like two different members on the different teams that the Avengers characters all split up into. So without more footage, it sounds like their team is going to be Ben Grimm, Reed Richards, John Walker, Falcon. You can see Shuri's Black Panther boot in the corner of this frame, and they're traveling to the other universe on the ship. Simu Liu saying he has scenes with them implies he's on the team too. And maybe it's Reed Richards who's responsible for getting the X-Men to the MCU across universes by the end of the movie, in any of them who survived to Secret Wars, because they're probably going to be pretty high body count during Avengers Doomsday. We will see how many of those X-Men characters survive to Doomsday.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
I don't think you guys walk away from this.
You just make sure people know what happened here today.
There was a lot of other stuff that Marvel released at New York Comic Con. I'll try to do videos for everything, but if there's anything special that you want me to do a video for, just let me know in the comments, or if you haven't seen me do a video for it already. Probably the next big question is, who do you want to play that MCU Ghost Rider going forward in Marvel Phase 7? Somebody you've never heard of before, or like a really big actor? We also just got the Invincible Season 4 trailer. I already did a video for that, so I'll post a link down in the description below. I just did an X-Men 97 Season 2 trailer. Click here for that, and click here for my Daredevil Born Again Season 2 trailer. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.